And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times did we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Darnold from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie 2nd-rounder from Penn State. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Aaron Donald with a sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Back to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Sponge. No.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Mike,
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We go, Sam. 49, guys. Mike. Hey, lady. Stop your whining. Jim. Watch the safety creep.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold will get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 41-yard line.
17 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 32-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch the run. Lady, check this guy. Check.
Darnold now to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 18.
Watch 49. 3 bucks. Shit. Hey, lady. Shit. 49. Topper. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 24. Kill. Red 80. Whip. Watch the whip.
Darnold from the red zone now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kenny Stills, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears have taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards.
50, plant. General West.
41-yard line.
Check the hot read. Check 3. Gone.
They'll run for the 1st time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Got it. 52 to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 52's the Mike, boys. 52. Watch the curve. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On the set. 52. Let's go, dude. Smooth. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. You weapon. 80 weapon. Mike 52. Dude. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike. Hard. 36. Watch twist. Twist. You're out. He's got it. We got double up. Hey, Alpha. Mike 52. Shoot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. And obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though, falls incomplete. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Push him back. Push him back. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Switch up. Switch up. They go.
They'll look to throw here. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Ready up.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day. Look at me. Zipper. 52. No chance. Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, let's get that. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Tight dog. Show it in. Show it in. Rock it. Ready to go. Now.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, lock it. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Go. Hey, orbit. 52. Hey, tight.
Hit it. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That was a safety blitz by Eric Weddle. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Delta. Fire.
Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's checking. Crash. Look at me. Door. Hey, wahoo.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. From the 24, Darnold looking downfield for Jones. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Watch the curl, watch the team spill. Check 50, check 50. Under there, 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Gone.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey! All day, every day, any day. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, exit. Get it.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Derek Barnett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
It's just me and you.
Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, it's Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Ready! 60 or 50 to Mike. Bravo. Mike 50, Mike 50. Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. On a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, high 7. You draw quarter.
Choose the Mike. Watch Mike.
I'm coming. 52's the mic right here. And choose the mic. Yeah.
Check. 52's the Mike.
Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Five.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
They'll drop the throw. He completes this to Sutton. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Let's go.
That's enough
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's going to let this one go. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 49-yard line.
Motion. Head, Eddie. Young lady. Switch.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
He sets to fire deep. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Red 80. Red 80. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check. Rush in.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
At the 27-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get nervous. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Alpha.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Let's go.
2nd and 9 now. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down.
Redskins, 1st down.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards that time at a Washington 1st. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo. Here we go, let's bring it. Ready?
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. picked off by Steven Nelson. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check, check, check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, lock it.
Slam. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, orbit.
Now back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. The Redskins on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hey, Delta. Hit it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
On 2nd down and 4, Darnold. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Going deep here for Still. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kenny Stills with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Check it back.
Hey, echo.
58.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And bring it. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. Slam. Look at me. Door.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The pass complete. It's Bird. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 24 yards. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Leo. Get it.
Again, it's Johnson. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
First down.
Here we go, son. Mike's 59. How you get it? Lady.
Darnold on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They run the draw play. This is White. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Slam. Lady. Check 52. Protein spill.
A first down throw, Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
15, Ronnie. 15 line. You draw Corpus. Hey, high 7. 52. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Washington. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 67 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a carry for White. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
A 2-yard gain on the play. That is
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Now Darnold. Finds his target. It's Gates. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Get wide! 49 the mark, 49 the mark. Pilot, 64, weak. Come on, boy.
Darnold now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Darnold. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run from White. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Washington, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.